Hi. I was looking at a question on the ImageSC message board, and a researcher needed to segment this image, which is um, kind of a difficult image. Low contrast cluster of cells. Um, so there's like multiple complicated aspects to this problem, but one of them was, say I want to try to train a deep learning model to try to segment this. How do you get the labels? So I've been experimenting with a tool called SAM lately, and I thought it'd be like a good example image to sort of do a quick demo of SAM. So SAM stands for segment anything, and I don't think SAM's going to solve all our problems. Like I've been playing with it on entire images and image sets, and like a lot of these systems, there's really a lot of parameter tuning and sort of understanding of how the tool works to try to get good results on entire images. And even then, you might need to do some retraining. But where it's been really useful is in labeling. So I'm going to give a quick demo of SAM labeling using segment anything. Okay, so you can see here there's two segment anything tools, both called segment anything. The one I'm using is this Napari segment anything with not the acronym, and it's from the Royer Lab, and I'll give a link to it in the question. And the cool thing about this little plugin is it's really useful for quick labeling using points. So what you can do is you can draw points on your object and it will automatically segment. And every time you add a point, I think it's using additional information about like the area where your object is. So it's kind of like instead of just clicking once, you can click multiple times and it kind of converges to a better answer each click. So notice here I clicked and there's still like a lot of clutter around. I click again and it's using some additional information to get a better segmentation. So let's go for this one and see for this one, it segmented the whole cluster of cells. Click again, and this one doesn't seem to be converging in this case. So I am going to reject this one. Try this one here. This one looks like it's going to converge. So yeah, so it's kind of like a when you use this in point mode, it's like a multi-click tool. And there's some keyboard shortcuts to accept or reject the segmentation. So you can also use it with boxes. So you draw boxes around like your object of interest, and that can also work pretty well. And then there's cases where, let's see if a box will work for this one. Yeah, so this one here is a little more difficult. Like, I think there's only a tiny bit of contrast here. So this area here might actually be an area you have to still hand label. So Napari is really good for that. So if you want to just draw your own label, I think the tools are really great. Like you can sort of adjust the brush size here, and it's actually not too bad even to draw your own label. And this label is a little messy, a little imperfect. But one of the things about machine learning is that even if your labels like have little imperfections, as long as the imperfections are sort of random and you don't like overtrain the model, if you use like a lot of augmentation and stuff, a machine learning system usually doesn't learn like the little random imperfections. It just sort of learns the general trends. Of course, and that's as long as you have enough training data. Of course, if you just used one image, no augmentation, then it would learn your imperfections. So, but if you have lots of labels, some imperfections aren't gonna, destroy your machine learning system. And perhaps more importantly, when I do these questions, I'm just like, instead of doing a Wordle, just playing around with some like ImageSC question. And so my labels are going to be pretty sloppy, to be honest. And if you're like the actual researcher doing this problem, you can devote a lot more time to making hand drawing like better labels. So yeah, so let's go back to the points and see if we can get some more. So yeah, it looks like a few clicks and it gets this one, and so on. So yeah, between points, boxes, and probably not going to get that one, so let's reject it. And some hand drawing, I think you could probably label this whole image pretty quick with Napari. And I think that's it for now. I'll add some more information about this tool in the question.